Hey everyone, I'm Maximilian and you're watching episode 3 of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, The Online Warrior. So, as I was explaining last week, this episode's going to be a bit different than the usual few that we've had before. In this one, I want to set an example of how taking the strategic elements of playing online can be adjusted into actually an offline game. And after attending Wednesday night fights, it's really refreshing to finally play the game or fighting games in an offline setting. Online is a lot of fun, but when it comes to like the responsiveness and the community, I don't find myself getting angry about things. I find myself just learning and leveling up in that sense. So yeah, it's definitely a different fare from the run-of-the-mill nerd raging of the stuff that happens online.
Oh, you dirty hobo licker! I'm gonna kill you!
But what we're gonna do now is start off with the first few matches, and anything interesting that comes up or anything I think that you should know regarding matchups or anything interesting that might pop up in the meantime, we're gonna stop the action and then take a look. So I hope you guys will enjoy it, and let's get started with the first match.
So right at the start of me arriving at this thing, I am already down one game. We're going to catch this one as I am currently 0-1 against this guy who's using Sentinel, Dormammu, and Dr. Doom with Sentinel on point. And if you've been playing online, you've probably seen a team like this, where Sentinel and Dr. Doom, I call it Team Spit from the Sky. It's where Sentinel will spit you from the bottom, and Dr. Doom's hidden missiles will come in from the top. Extremely hard to avoid, and especially if it's online, which I've seen a lot of. But right now, I'm just trying to make quick work of his Sentinel because that's where a lot of his offense is revolving around. He puts that guy on point. I want to get rid of him. But at the same time, Dr. Doom is just an equal factor. Dr. Doom is the assist that's behind all the issues, and you just hope that your opponent doesn't have like a great Dr. Doom, because Dr. Doom can be pretty damn good alone. But I'm able to take Sentinel out here, so this is pretty good. And like I said, I'm already down. I'm already 0-1 in this set of 3, so we'll see how this goes. But in general, before I came into playing this game, I didn't practice. I did not brush up and play some casuals against some guys at the tournament ahead of time. That was a huge mistake. Let me remind you, if you guys are playing online or if you train in 4 bars, like myself, doing combos and anything of the such is extremely difficult. Like it's not that much different, but just the timing on certain things is just rough. And if you combine that with some pre-game jitters, which I conveniently have almost all the time, I get nervous as hell when it comes to fighting people with big crowds around me. I don't know why. It just isn't good. But everything seems to be going good according to the moment. Right now, Dr. Doom's going down, so my biggest worries are over. I don't think that there's much Dormammu can do. But in talking about pre-game jitters, warming up is one of the most important things you can do if you guys play online a lot. Now, playing online and learning the tactics of people is extremely significant when it comes from online play. I've been playing Street Fighter Online since the days of CVS2 on Xbox. That's Capcom vs. SNK2 on Xbox freaking Uno. And right after that, Third Strike came out. Now, these games were ass online. They were not good, but in comparison to this day and age, these games are infinitely better. But it taught me a lot. Like, I got really good at Third Strike, and I got really good at CVS2 because online taught me matchups. It taught me the different ways that people play and the different ways that you can learn against people and different matchups that your characters have. And that's how I really got good at Third Strike. I ended up playing the game for like 9 years. So I wouldn't say that online play isn't, makes you an online warrior is not a bad thing. You learn a lot. I mean, and even back in the day, I remember Alex Valle being on my friends list, and we would go tons of matches because if we had a local connection, it felt really good. But back to the match at hand, we have a Dr. Doom against Dr. Doom thing going on right now, and I'm not a big fan of this matchup. It tends to be whoever gets off the first foot dive, whoever gets off the first plasma beams wins, because you're stuck in block stun for the majority of the remaining time. And it's just an annoying matchup in general, so I want to get Doom the heck out of there. As probably as soon as possible, unless I can land a sweet combo here. Can I do it, or will the jitters get me? The jitters got me. Gosh, it's so annoying. But we'll see what we can do. You kind of just have to take things as they come, because you have a plan until you get hit, that old saying. And my Dr. Doom seems to be taking the ass end of this fight right now, so I'm going to get Wesker in there as soon as possible to regain some red health, because I need Doom alive. So we'll see what happens here. I think Wesker can do pretty well against Doom. Unless I get caught in something super random, and luckily that doesn't happen. Wesker's got a funny thing against Dormammu as well, where you cannot combo light, medium, heavy crouching into his medium wall bounce, which is how I combo everything. It makes it really difficult, and it's just something else you have to consider that you need to now stand up with H in the middle of your combo in order to put Dormammu into a wall bounce. So it's just one more thing. And this match seems to be going on quite a while right now, but I get Dormammu in that corner combo air throw trick, which is really good. If you guys can incorporate that and you have a good assist to put them in that situation, use it. And Dormammu is down, so Dr. Doom is... I'm not too worried about Doom because I haven't seen him do anything too spectacular yet, but I'm not doing too great at the moment either because I'm missing basic stuff like that. When I say you get nervous about doing things, you start thinking about what you're doing before you're doing it, and that's the biggest part. You just need to react. And if you see what he did right there, he did a standing S to punish Dante. And the more I see it, the more I realize standing S with Dr. Doom is incredible. It is a great move. I think it puts you plus even on block, and it just works out really well. If you can punish people with just standing S and you have the opportunity, use it. It's great. But aside from Dr. Doom and the matchup at hand, I see the clock right now, but the problem is me in the video don't see the clock right now. And I'm about to lose because of it. I totally could have level 3'd right here, but I didn't. And that is going to cost me the game and put me in the loser's bracket right at the start.
Now, getting sent to the loser's bracket at the beginning of a tournament is a total freaking bummer. But don't let it ride you too hard. You'd be surprised how far you get if you just keep playing your game and learning from the previous matches.
So here we go, moving on to the next round. Going against X-23, Amaterasu, and Sentinel. And X-23 is another one of those characters that has great mobility if they know how to use her in conjunction with assists. And this guy's also using Sentinel as well to allow her to get around the screen, but she's got some low health, as you can see. She's already taken quite a bit of damage. Amaterasu, on the other hand, is one of Wesker's worst freaking matchups, and I have a lot of problems with that dog. But it's at the moment, X-23 gets me in a combo, but I'm not too worried because X-23's combos don't do too much, but he brings in the dog, and the freaking dog is what gives Wesker a problem. Now, in this matchup, there's some things that work and don't work, and I want to get Wesker out of there, so I just DHC into Doom using the counter, which tends to be pretty safe a lot of the time. And I think Doom's got a better chance against the dog, but I just get munched on. Ankle biting dog rocks me in a combo, and that's it. But in general, I don't have too much of an issue with players who use Amaterasu. I think she's really good. To be honest, she's one of the best characters in the game, I think. As long as you know how to use her. She's got 3 different stances and a ton of moves in her arsenal. Not just a full screen hyper and forward C. You know what I mean? And for those players specifically, I have a special name for them.
One button dog.
But at the moment, it's going pretty good. Wesker's back in against the dog, which is not smart, and that's me being that's me being too anxious and trying to kill the dog. Luckily, I do, but that matchup is really rough. In fact, I end up winning this game, and it ends up going pretty smooth. But I just want to cover a few things about this matchup really quick.
Alright. Yeah, the dog is one of Wesker's worst matchups in the game, if not the worst. There's a couple of things between them that makes the dog so much better as far as Wesker's mobility, and I can show you a couple of things right now, but yeah, that matchup is pretty rough.
One of my biggest personal complaints against this matchup is the fact that my normal combo against the dog doesn't work, as you're seeing. Crouching H into his palm just whiffs. You have to do standing H, and good luck ever using the gun against the dog. It's like she was designed around the gun.
I mean, I feel kind of bad for the guy. What would you do if you had this giant white dog with non-stop attacks just thrusting into the front of you for a full match? Huh. Could you imagine what it looks like through his eyes? Huh. I do wonder what it looks like through his eyes.
Go for broke! Fight!
I'll play with you.
Pathetic! Damn you! Out of my way! Too slow! Damn it! Enough foolishness! You'll pay for that! Damn you! KO! Can't be!
I'm not gonna be able to sleep for a week. God, poor Wesker.
So now we've got a Magneto, Wolverine, and Sentinel team, and looks like he's going to follow the drones, Wolverine and Sentinel, just to get in, which is how you work with those guys. But right now I'm getting currently blown up by Magneto because I've got a big problem blocking against Magneto. is jump in L going into a crouching series combo like light, medium, heavy into launcher. For some reason, I can block the attack coming in up high, but I have a hard time blocking the low for some reason. I don't know if it's just me or if I should be push blocking more, but it's just another issue, and I'll make a note of it if it happens in here too. But hey, it hits me with it again and brings back in Wesker, and Wesker eats it. We got a big problem here. I think this game is the result of us being 1-1 already, so this is our final game in a match of 3, and if I lose this, I'm out of the tournament. So at the moment, he's currently building a ton of meter and rocking me with Magneto, and what does this do to Dr. Doom? It'll bring him down to a good 25%, and he doesn't follow it up, which you can actually do so with Magneto in the corner. But it didn't matter. Doom is down now, and I'm getting pretty nervous here, but I do have a Dante, and I do have me some level 3 X Factor. Let's see what I can pull out of here, and that's exactly what I needed. Do some pretty good damage on Sentinel, but I don't take advantage of it too hard. But the guy wasn't blocking with Wolverine on the way in, and whoosh! Sentinel's gonna lose all the red health because I knocked him in via snapback. And as simple as that, the match is over. I don't believe it. X Factor level 3, I love you so much!
And that's going to just about do it for part 1 of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, The Online Warrior, episode 3, as we take it offline. There's a whole nother half to these episodes, so if you're looking for the next one, it's going to be up on vidthrough.com, or you can check on the Vidthrough YouTube channel, which is just Vidthrough. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.